So part of it kind of goes back to that, security being your individual responsibility and really getting, we've got 4,000 plus employees, like really getting that across globally that security is part of your job. It's a core responsibility. We need you thinking about it and the actions you take and the systems you manage and processes that you develop for the organization. So there's part of it is just starting there at that base level of, hey, it's your responsibility. That's not to say that we outsource that to everyone, but like it's really got to start there. Like every person's got to be on board with that, right? I think the second level of that is ensuring that we talk about security a lot, not just, oh, here's this training module I got to go watch, but that we're plugged in with the teams, that we're cross organizationally working together for the best outcomes. Necessarily expect everyone to be an expert on security. We want them to take that ownership of it. But particularly like when we're developing new processes, when we're developing new products, when we're doing major uplifts on products, like we want to ensure that we have the right security voices in the room doing that. Some of that culture of security means having dedicated folks across the organization to focus on that thing. So not every security professional at Deltek reports up through the CISO. We have a lot of security professionals and embedded in other groups within the organization to help with that culture that their partners, they're a lot closer to the thing. They've got the expertise in that space in order to be that local champion or that local group that takes on some of the responsibilities from that level. And then I think the final thing with the culture of security, and this really starts at the top, and like our CEO is great at this. He prioritizes security from the top down. Like he makes sure it's part of the conversation. He takes a personal interest in, some of our outcomes when it comes to security, when it comes to compliance. And then you can see that influence flow down to, his directs and their teams and, their interests and such. So making security part of the daily conversation within an organization is really what it takes. I kind of going back to an earlier joke about, one of the most dangerous things in security. I'm the CISO. I really don't want to always be the most interested person, right? I love it. And we see this a lot when other groups come to me and say, hey, I was seeing this. This is the thing I'm interested in, or, I saw this in the news and, we do a similar thing here. And I saw that another organization had a security challenge with this, and how would we approach this? And we can get the right people engaged and such. So having people that are just as interested, if not more interested than I am for any particular security topic is fantastic. And that's true across our security teams. That's true in really many pockets within the organization. AI, we talked about that earlier. Of course, every organization in the world, every every product company is trying to integrate an AI, right? Like it's just part of the story there. One of the great, and somewhat fortuitous, I started Deltek right about the time we were, Dell is really becoming a thing, starting to get more well adopted. And in the last year and a half, like, we've just done a lot of great things with AI within our product space. One of the most I just heartwarming, maybe is the right word I'm looking for, things is like the folks doing that work, integrating AI with our products it's just like they just take it to the next level with testing, like, testing how Della works, like its integrations, like the walls that we put up to prevent it from doing things like it shouldn't do, it's thinking through things and just continue to iterate upon their security testing. That's a group of folks and that are working in bleeding edge space where there's not a lot of guidance. It's not like we got 20 years of research to lean on for how to secure AI space, right? But they're just, they've got that natural curiosity, that muscle memory of, I want to ensure we respect security and privacy as we're rolling out these things. And they constantly challenge themselves on doing that in more effective ways and developing new techniques in order to maintain that level. And that's what you need. As a tech company, you've got to have that type of culture where it comes naturally to your software engineers, your product managers, that, security is part of that conversation. And, it's not a thing in a long list of check marks that they have to check off, but it's a thing that that they prioritize. And it's, well within their top 5 of concerns as they roll out new products, new technologies, or updates to our systems.